everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Tetris 99. It's Luigi's Mansion theme day. Can I tell you right out of the gate? 76 wins out of 1,500 games played. It's like a 5% win rate, like almost exactly. Hold on. Calculator. Thank you. Give me a 76 divided by 1,500. 5.06% repeating, of course. That's good. We were at 4 and a bit, like 2 weeks ago. You know, we were dealing with a large sample size here. To get that number higher, it takes a little bit of extra work, and it's not gonna be easy on Luigi's Mansion theme. Okay, this is a special event. You need 100 points to unlock the Luigi's Mansion theme permanently. Every Wyatt in existence, from Sendai, Japan, to Juneau, Alaska. That's the whole map. At least east-west. North-south, I don't know. From Svalbard, Norway, to Wellington, New Zealand. Everybody's going for it right now. To get a win, I mean, this is the crucible. Short of doing Invictus, this is the crucible of wins. But yeah, you're wondering where the heck... Very cursed music. How the heck did you get to 76 wins? Well, you know, I went through that slump semi-recently, and then I said, why are you slumping, dummy? Just start playing well. And, long story short, that's where we're at now. Not really, but, well, basically, I mean, the long and short of it is I've been playing a lot off-camera. And, you know, turns out when you play off-camera, you learn new things. Those new things benefit you when you get on the camera and so on and so forth, and Bob's your uncle. Now, we're not necessarily playing a great game here, but that's life, baby. Put me on attackers just briefly. I'm telling you, do not take anything for granted in this Luigi's Mansion situation here. This is... People are motivated right now. This is a highly, extremely intense Tetris 99 experience right now. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible. What I will say is people are very invested in getting the Luigi's Mansion theme for reasons that I could not possibly comprehend. Put me on randoms and let me get the heck out of here, because I feel like I've been playing like pure garbage here at the start. But this is the first... Not just first run of the day, first video of the day. That's... What the heck are you doing? That's, it's a whole can of worms. That's when you're least likely to succeed, you know? Which was also what I was voted in high school. But look at me now, Sarah. I'm playing Tetris on the Twitch TV. Not, I mean, it's more like, well, yeah, we do play it on Twitch, but mostly it's a YouTube thing. It's a whole, there's, it's a thing, okay? So put me on randoms here temporarily. I think we can afford to pop this down just briefly. Just once, I would like to build a, a structure with a lesser degree of curse attached to it. Hold on. I honestly... Oh, my word, dude. I honestly have to say... I don't know if I've ever, in my Tetris 99 existence, gotten a win on a themed level. I've only played Kirby, and I think there was one other theme before... actually, no, there were no themes when I had, you know, finished playing Tetris for the first time. I think it was just, it was an event, and it was like, if you got 1,000 points, you get a gift certificate equivalent to $4 from the Nintendo eShop. What are you doing? And I went, that's interesting, I'll give it a shot, and then just got absolutely eviscerated at every turn. What do you think about this one, boys? Bit spiced, huh? There's still a path. Please get over. Thank you. You got over. You could not understand the level of appreciation I have for that. You've done me a great service. I really appreciate it. Perhaps this is my opportunity to come back. Perhaps not, by the way, but perhaps. Come on, somebody's got to be feeling some heat here. We did get a KO. I didn't even notice the KO. The theme has got me just freaking out here. So we should not be doing this with 24 people remaining. But here I am, doing it with 24 people remaining. What mama don't know won't hurt her. Just gonna say, you know my philosophy. If you're gonna peak in Tetris 99, you always wanna, I mean, you don't have control over this, but you always wanna peak as late as possible. I mean, you don't wanna peak so late that, you know, you're freaking dead. That's pretty dumb, and honestly like a funhouse distortion of the spirit of what I was talking about to begin with, but we're at 3 KOs, top 16. I got no expectations for this recording session. If we end up getting no wins, but some decent performances, I will sleep soundly tonight. If we end up getting a win, there's a first time for everything. Think you can afford to do this? Somebody's got to make them bleed. What is this? No! I'm so dumb. But was there really a need for the friend request there? Is all I'm gonna throw out. It was an okay run. Okay, sure, we leveled up. Don't patronize me. For the first game of the day, it's not that bad, but we played below the threshold of where we would like to play. Take a deep pull on this. Creatine saturating every endoplasmic reticulum in the cerebral cortex right now. Get your foot position right. You gotta have a good foot position for Tetris 99. Get the wrinkles out of the shirt. Okay, we're good to go. I gotta say, this gooey theme it's not really for me. But you know, is it better or worse than school? I'll leave that up to you. I have my own opinion on that. I think the school theme is horrible, but I do like it more than Luigi so far. I do have to say, the school theme is very interesting to me because it raises so many questions, you know? Who in their right mind looks at a series of, you know, themes that you could purchase in a video game and is like, oh, you know what I need? The theme that reminds me of school. I'm pro-school in a huge way. But at the same time, I'm like, you're really, like, how much of a nerd do you have to be to buy the school theme? If I'm calling you a nerd, that's when you might want to take a look in the mirror and be like, maybe it's time to un-nerd it up a little bit. Because I'm up there on the nerdiness scale. I take pride in my nerdiness, but this, even for me, is a step too far, is all I'm trying to say. Alright, it still is not a perfect performance, but it's much, much better so far. You gotta send at some point. Yeah, I think I'm looking. Could still work on my ergonomic, like, positioning here, but I'm looking. That seemed like an okay spot for me. I really would like a long piece. I have created another situation where I need a long piece, which is not abnormal for me, but I think we could have found a better spot for that. Anyway, I will say I've been looking into other strategies. I know I've said this many times in the past, and it's never really come to pass, but I've been looking into the idea of a 4-tile wide, and I'm starting to understand it more. I believe it's the most common competitive meta for Tetris in general, like multiplayer Tetris, but also specifically for Tetris 99. Just get over. I feel like we got a little screwed on that one. Yes, the placement was not great, but I don't need to see the loading screen after that game. I appreciate. I honestly thought the long piece would just fit and we would get a lot of momentum there. The idea behind a 4-tile wide is that you can basically send well, not unstoppable because you don't win every game, but you know, what if you're going up against another person that's just better than you and they're doing 4-tile wide? But a 4-tile wide allows you to send combos and lines extremely easily. It does seem a little bit like more advanced than just doing like a 2-tile wide. But I'll tell you what, let's endeavor to try a 2-tile wide setup for one game. I don't think we're slumping. This is not like motivated by desperation. It's quite the opposite. This is motivated by like, you know, things are going well right now. So while they're going relatively well, let's take a break from our endless barrage of non-stop victories. Cough, cough. And instead, just embrace, like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 2-tile wide, made that and now I've accidentally created a 1-tile wide. I'm just here to let you know that's probably gonna happen a lot because of the fact that, you know, my muscle memory is entirely predicated on the existence of a 1-tile wide, but I'm not gonna let it get me down too much here, you know? I think we got every available ability to make this happen. Now you might say, NL, you did immediately construct a 1-tile wide yet again. Hey man, old habits die hard. It's like one of those things, you're like, you know, hey, where did I put the keys? And then, you know, you realize that while you were getting lunch, you accidentally put the keys in the refrigerator. It happens to the best of us. Don't tell me that doesn't happen to you. It happens to the best of us, as described. 2-tile wide also seems to be like, you know, like my most recent inane and insane babblings have been like, it doesn't really matter where you toss pieces. Like, even if it covers the garbage hole, as long as you have a short-term plan to free that garbage hole up, it doesn't really make a difference. That's kind of like what I think the spirit of a 2-tile or a 4-tile wide setup is. It's like, yeah, you're gonna end up covering stuff, but if it enables you to play faster, while also simultaneously allowing you to basically send on just about every piece that you could possibly send down there. Like, that's... I think that is what you're going for. That situation we just had right there. It might take some getting used to, and it might not even be for us, because, you know, just because something's a better strategy doesn't mean it's going to be better for a bad player, you know what I mean? I know that sounds weird, but I always think back to this example. I took tennis lessons. It might surprise you. I was not, I did not grow up as Richie Rich. Maybe Richie Rich adjacent, but, you know, I get the stigma surrounding tennis lessons, don't get me wrong. But instead of... let me preface this, by the way. I built 1-tile wide, my mistake. I built an inventive strategy of never using a backhand, and instead, whenever a ball came to my backhand side, I would just switch hands, because I'm, you know, mildly ambidextrous, and hit it with a forehand. And I was one of the better players at the club, but my coach at one point, well, I mean the coach of the class, I don't want to, I'm familiar with the optics. It sounds like I had a private tennis coach, which is not the case. But the coach was like, hey, you know, I see what you're doing there, but if you keep doing that, I'm not gonna pass you. Like, you're gonna be stuck at this phase of lessons. Even though I was doing really well, he's like, that's not the way you play. It's gonna hurt you in the future. And you know what? He might have been right. He might... Oh, that's real bad. He might have been right. But because... What are you doing? because of the fact that I couldn't play my game of tennis that I had learned, I got substantially worse. And ended up, like, just being way more terrible at tennis than I already was. To the point where I didn't even want to take the lessons anymore. You know? So maybe he's right that that was indeed, like, the optimum strategy. But if you're never gonna be pro to begin with, my personal philosophy is like, hey man, maybe you'd be better off just, you know, playing with the way that seems most appropriate right now. You can get the best results, you know, and it's all is meant to be for fun anyway, Tony. What are you doing here? Okay, so we did not deserve to get ourselves out of that, and yet here we are, out of that. I do want to go 2-tile wide. I don't really know how to set up the 2-tile wide yet. I'm working on it, psychologically speaking. And by working on it, I mean placing the pieces where muscle memory tells me to place them already and hoping it's 2 tiles wide, which it never is because that's never the way that I've built my structures. Okay, it's an issue, don't get me wrong. We are also playing very slow. Wow, I hate that heartbeat sound. That felt amazing. Alright, Badge Lord. You did this, just to be clear to everybody involved. Is this really what this, and I'm not trying to be rude, is this what this skin is supposed to sound like? Because it sounds, I can't tell if the audio's broken. Because it sounds broken. That's a good send. He didn't know how right he was. Let me go. If we get that long piece, we're coming out of that with tons of KOs. Whatever. We're 10 away from unlocking the skin forever. Unfortunately, I don't believe we can change it during the event, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Alright, I think that went fine. You know, this is gonna be a little bit of, you're witnessing me not at peak competitive performance level. You're witnessing me during training. I think the training is going A-okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say, there was a spirit to what I was saying, but anytime you tell a story with a moral while you're playing a game that requires a lot of your attention, like Tetris 99, you end up in a situation where, like, you know, it takes you 7,000 words to get to the point of the story and you lose a lot of the audience en route. It's not good storytelling, but it's decent storytelling considering what we were also trying to accomplish at the same simultaneous time. Okay, so break this down and try to go 2-tile wide. What if you just go, I mean, because basically we've already screwed this up. What if you just go 2-tile wide from this point onwards? You know what I mean? Like, I know it looks jacked. It looks are not deceiving in this case. I know this looks very spotty, but I also, like, I think this is the spirit of the 2-tile wide. Not that, to be clear, but I think it's being able to send basically on anything, and very rarely, well, less commonly encountering a piece that will not make a combo for you. I think that's the idea. It's gonna be a work in progress. It'll take some time, okay? Right now, we're just annoying the crap out of whoever's closest to death. Many attackers. After the last game, you would think that, like, anybody trying to attack me would think twice. I mean, did you see the clinic that we put on? We did die, but we took out all the people trying to kill us, which is a bit of a win in and of itself. You know, you gotta have flexible goals in a game like Tetris 99, because only one person out of 99 wins every single game. And it's usually the same person. Streaming on Twitch TV, farming up an incredible win rate to maximize the amount of viewers and subscribers. Which I do not blame them. Smoke them if you got them, you know? It's a very cursed setup. But it's not that cursed. It's close to being that cursed, I'll admit. Sad, but I do think that was the right play. You would be surprised. I genuinely think you would be surprised by the fact that the moves that I'm making that look bad, I'm looking at them through a different lens than ever before. And I'm actually like, I feel like we're playing some of the best Tetris I've ever played, even though the results, at least temporarily, are not really bearing it out here. We're no longer just thinking of, like, where's the best place to put one piece. We're looking, you know, we're not Magnus Carlsen. We're not looking 10 pieces ahead. We're looking like a piece ahead. But that's more than I've ever looked ahead before in my entire life. And, you know, sometimes it's probably burning us a little bit, but you gotta do what you gotta do there. But I think in the long term, if we could actually get some KOs out of this, which I'm now realizing is looking like a bit of a pipe dream. Come on. Somebody wants to be yeeted. You remember the song, we all need somebody to yeet on me, etc. Don't want to get a content ID match. Not that I would expect my singing to be capable of that in the first place, but you never know. We're living in litigious times. Well, in order to yeet people, you do have to live. I don't see a long piece coming, but I did see an opportunity to get us out of a jam. And I think if you see jammable opportunities, you take jammable opportunities. I need those badges desperately. I need one of you to die. I need one of your badges. Neither of you gave me badges. Have you lost your mind? I needed them. Did you not hear me suggest that they were the utmost requirement for me? Ah, that is not the right piece at all, is it? Ooh, that is not what you like to see. It's alright. Just bleed off that bad garbage a little by little. So much of Tetris 99 is just not getting, you know, attacked at the wrong time. So we are one tile wide. Are you sending more, or was that a survival play? I believe that was a survival play. As a result, I'm unperturbed. I see that we have a little garbage multiplication factor, and I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna roll one tile wide, just for now. Just because I am afeared. We're gonna have to play a very, very solid top 10 here, assuming we even make it to the top 10. To have any chance at all of redemption, of greatness. Pieces are working out okay for the time being. Oh, it's, I don't know about that. I hate the sounds, dude. The sounds are just... Why are they so cursed? You know what? Yeah. We kind of gotta bait them. This is real bad. Put me on randoms and hope they're not paying attention. Cuphead music. Long piece is a ways away. Go, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was poor. I should not have done that one. Thank you. If you have to do it, you gotta do it, but I would have preferred to have not had to do it. Please get over. No, it's super glued. They super glued me. We had a chance in there, but I mean, I'm telling you, this is some spice. Okay, good. We got the Luigi skin. Can we stop playing on the Luigi skin? The answer to that question is no. But you know what? Pretty good performances today. We're going to keep trying that 2-wide strat next time. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. I got nothing but love for this one. Subscribe if you want to see more Tetris 99. We're en route to 100 victories. I'll see you next time. See ya!